It's 10:30 at night. Someone's not ready to let me go to bed. I just came in from outside. This girl's been up and active. She was crawling around when I went out for about an hour. Come back in and she's in my room looking to get into trouble. You're not sleeping in my bed, buddy. Let her crawl around a little bit longer. And get her put up. I had a commenter suggesting that this girl's overfed and overweight. I don't really see it. She's a big snake, yes, but if you look at the back of her tail here, we'll take a closer look. It's rather fit. You can see she's got loose skin. Plenty of loose skin. She's got that dimple along the side. You can see the muscle. You feel her back. There is no squishiness at all. It's solid muscle. I forget all the criteria he was saying for a fit snake. He deleted his comment, but one of the things was he said you're supposed to be able to see their spine. I don't know about that. To me, if you can see a retic's spine, it is malnourished. You can feel her spine, but I don't think you should be able to see their spine. Although each retic is slightly different, it is possible that on some retics, if they're slender enough, you could see their spine, even at a healthy weight. But for a big girl like this, I don't think you really want to be able to see their spine. The tail does taper off quite nicely down towards the end. If we look at her here, it just goes zoop. There's no giant bulge or mass. She's on empty right now too, so as you can see, it just goes straight into the tail. Where the tail starts right there. There's no large fatty deposits, or you see a big lumpy rear end on some of these obese snakes. She can still move along gracefully. You can see this dimpling in here. That is not the sign of an obese snake right there. That is the sign of a snake that is fit, lean, and in shape. Anyways, you can't please them all. Can't please them all. We get certain people whining that she's overfed and overweight. Then you explain, or I explain that this girl only eats once every 3 months. Then you'll get the other extreme. Oh my God, you're starving her. You're not giving her enough food. You need to feed her more. She's going to be malnourished. So it's like, you can't win no matter what you do. You could be the number one voted top retic keeper in all the land, and somebody's gonna take fault with something you do as a retic keeper. That's just how it goes. Anyways, in my opinion, this girl is ideal. Ideal. Size-wise, fitness-wise, the shape she's in, the physique she keeps, her look, her behavior, feeding habits. I couldn't even ask for anything better when I was picking this girl out as a tiny little squirt. You never really know what you're going to get as an adult. It's kind of a lotto. If you're hoping for a big retic, you just got to kind of keep your fingers crossed and pray that you get what you want. They don't all get this big. Girl, you're not going to be able to fit under there. She'll make her way under there and then realize, oh yeah, I don't fit. And she'll pull herself back out. That's what we're probably about to see. See that there? That's all. That is not what you're going to see in an obese animal. That is not the sight of an obese animal. So if the guy who made that comment's watching, take notes. Literally, you can feel this girl is solid muscle. I know there's no way to feel that on camera, but you can even see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, you can see the ridges of muscle and the tendons. You can't see the spine, but those are the tendons that go along their back. You can see them. I think they're showing up on camera. I'm not 100% sure. There's like a ridge, a dimple, a ridge. And then, of course, this back end. If you go look at an obese animal, you'll see like this whole back end is like puffy and lumpy and bulgy. This girl, I don't know if I can hold her out here. But let's see. She's heavy. It's hard to hold her and then film. But she does not have lumpy, bulgy, fatty deposits on her back end. She is from tail, whoop, slender, goes along. Not overweight. I'm sorry, my friend. But you do not have a good eye for what a true fit giant looks like. And I really don't know if I should take you seriously, the guy that made this comment, seeing as you said it was bringing you to tears looking at this girl. If this girl brings you to tears, then you're probably not that stable. This girl probably gets more time out of her enclosure and activity and fitness than 99% of the retics in captivity. That's just a fact. I spend more time letting my snakes out than almost any retic keeper out there. Heck, I probably have more footage filming my retics out than most people actually let their retics out. Anyways, we're up late here. Just hanging out. She's decided to make her way into my room and into my bed. So that's gonna keep me up until she's ready to go home. She'll put her up here in a bit or burn off some energy. Anyways, This girl is 19 feet, a little over 19 feet now. So most people really don't know what a true 19 footer looks like. So if you're comparing her to, say, 14, 15, 16 footer, I could see how you might think by comparison she's bigger, girthier, fatter. But this girl's not 14 feet. She's not 15 feet. She's not 16, 17, 18. She's over 19 feet. So she's a big girl. And a lot of the snakes that are claimed to be this big out there are not actually this big. A lot of the supposed 20 footers, you get some ridiculous claims on snakes that are nowhere near their claim size. Just in recent past few months, I've seen like 3 or 4 claims of snakes being claimed at 21, 22 feet that I know are not even close to that size. Grossly exaggerated. This girl is legitimately 19 feet. A little over. I'd measure her on camera, but it's going to be a chore getting her to cooperate and filming it and doing the measurement. It's more of a 2, possibly even 3-person task to get that filmed. If she ever breaks 20 feet, I will invest the time and energy into doing that, just to verify that she's a legit 20-footer. Because that's kind of an exclusive club and territory for a reticulated python to enter into. To be a legit, verifiable 20-footer, it's kind of a big deal. At least it is for me, if you're a giant reticulated python fanatic like I am. Anyways, in my opinion, this girl is perfect. Perfect physique, body, structure, size, fitness level. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything, but it's not like I really did anything that, she is what she is, but I do say I raised up a pretty beautiful girl. Not many people raise up a snake this size. A lot of people will buy a retic. Not many keep them once they start growing this size. You don't see too many this size out there. There's a handful and that's it. Going behind all my stuff. Anyways. I'm not too sure if I'm going to post this video or not. I'm just rambling on about the more vain side of things here. Appearance and whatnot. But I don't get too many comments on my videos, but when I do get comments like that, I feel like addressing them. Also, if you look at her neck and head, it's a pretty slender neck. Lady into her head. Although, like I was saying, the body structure and upper body structure is different from every retic. Or not every retic, but there are retics with different body structures and body types. Like some do have a more massive head and neck structure. Like some are just built like from head to neck, you're not going to see much of a dip. Like with this girl, you'll see the more slender shape of the neck as she hides behind my pillows. You thinking about just plopping down there and hiding behind my pillows? We're gonna get you going home here in a minute, buddy. We're gonna get you going home. I actually prefer the snakes that have a larger, beefier upper body structure. Oh my god. She's in my pillow. Oh, that'll make for an interesting video. Get out of my pillow. Yeah, get out of there. I think my Sula is going to have a much larger upper body structure. The golden child I have also, I think, is going to have a larger, just upper body, neck, thicker. This girl's is pretty. I mean, she's a thick snake just because she's so big, but in terms of proportionally to her head, her neck is kind of thin. It's kind of thin. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's got a big old noodle noggin. But relatively speaking, or proportionally speaking, I should say. Maybe I'll post some pictures in here of examples of snakes I'm talking about, so you can see them in contrast with her. Like I was saying, this girl on average eats about once every 3 months. I'll feed her a meal of roughly around 30 pounds. Just tides her over for that duration of time. Oh, good. Are we going to head home? Unless you head that way. I was going to experiment this year feeding her on a monthly basis, but just reading her general behavior and appetite, it just doesn't seem necessary. I was going to reduce the meal sizes and go monthly, but it just doesn't seem fitting for where she's at with her metabolism right now. Her age, the 3-month mark just seems to be that Goldilocks zone for her. What you sniffing my feet for, bud? What you sniffing my feet for? Again, you can see that dimpling along the side here. Oop. Muscles, muscle tone. She is a big, beautiful girl. So, my friend, if you're watching out there, don't cry. It's okay. There's no need to cry for the state of this snake. Maybe there are certain snakes out there. There are certain situations that can bring a tear to your eye. If you want something to cry about, go look through the Slither Inc. files or something, you know? This is far from a snake to cry over. Worst case scenario, let's just say you thought she was a little overweight. I mean, come on. She's not drastically overweight if she was. You couldn't possibly look at this snake and think drastically overweight. In my opinion, she's not overweight at all, but and I'm sure if she had a say in the matter, she would not be down with eating less than once every 3 months. Alright, this video is probably getting too long. I've probably spent more time filming her back end just because I feel like showing off her physique here. She's found her water. Let's see if she's going to get a drink. We've just got random water dishes out for them when they're out and about. How you doing, my friend? We're just hanging out tonight. It's a late night with the python. My Sula was out also, but she's politely already put herself back to bed right before bedtime. Hey, bud. How we doing? He just saying hi. He don't mind me. That's how comfortable she is with me. She's just like, you're just a prop to climb over. It's kind of how they are when they're out. They're just comfortably cruising about. I mean, look at that. That is... I know, I can't let this go, but that's not a fat snake, I'm sorry. It's just not. Sometimes I will admit, though, like I was saying in the comment, it just depends on how they're positioned, how they're sitting. Sometimes your snake is just kind of like sitting there relaxed and flop down and it'll flatten out a bit. And they can look a little just flabby, or it gives a false indication of what they actually look like. Let's see, what's the date today? It's February 3rd, I think. February the 3rd, 2026. She hasn't eaten since, what was it, December 16th? So, about a month and a half since her last meal. And she's headed out the door. Yeah, she's a big girl. Big girl. But she is fit, I will tell you that. She gets all the time she needs to come out and exercise. Climb around just like you saw her climbing up all over this stuff. That's what she does when she wants to. Anytime she wants to be active and out. I always let her out. With her, it's a necessity because from an early age, she's been a pusher. So to avoid facial damage, it's pretty much a non-negotiable to let her out and do as she pleases. Which is, it's not the most convenient thing, but since I love this girl, I'm willing to put in the extra effort and time and do whatever's going to make her happy. You raise up a big, beautiful giant like this, you want to see it happy, and It's kind of a sad, depressing thing to see a snake with a beat up, mashed up face. So we do what we can to avoid that. We do our part. She gets the run of the room. They'll climb. I usually leave all these 3 cages open for them to climb in and out of. I don't know if you can see these 2 cages over there. Climb up and in and out of those. They'll climb up on that cage back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark in that room. They'll climb up on the top of this. They'll climb back in that closet. Sometimes I'll open that door and seal off the hallway, and they'll have the hallway to roam around in as well. And then when I have the time and energy, I'll let them go on further explorations around the house. It's a further exploration and enrichment for them to enjoy seeing new territories. They're quite inquisitive and explorative. And then beyond that, of course, you've probably seen multiple videos of me taking them outside, where they just get more of the same. Further exploration outdoors. Further exercise. Just living a grand old python life. Usually she just cruises on about this speed. No real rush in life. She just takes her sweet time, cruising about, whether she's in my room or exploring the rest of the house or getting to go outside. This is about the gear she's in. Just this slow, methodical locomotion. Testing the air, smelling things as she goes. It's kind of dark in here, we can't really see. There we go, a little better. The only time we really get a burst of explosion out of her is feeding time. You can see my shoes are size 11 and a half, or are they 11, or they're either 11 or 11 and a half, I can't remember. They're about a foot, about a full foot. So you can see, well, she's quite long. Hopefully she'll be a true 20-footer here before not too long. Anyways, this video is extremely long. I should probably call it a video. Probably have some editing to do on this one, but just a late night here with the python. Hopefully she's gonna see herself back to bed here. We'll get everybody put up. Like I said, the Sula's already... Yeah, you can't see her. She's back in there on her bottom bunk. Male's in the middle bunk. He's in shed, so he's not out tonight. And the golden child is put up. She's still small enough she doesn't really need to come out and explore to get a ton of exercise. Her cage is big enough for that. But as she grows, she'll be let out more as well to join the party. Anyways, we're gonna call it a video here. We'll see y'all later. Hope you enjoyed. God bless.